Hi, welcome to my channel. My name's Eric. My fiance Laura, you'll see her every once in a while. Her and I, we recently just moved from New Hampshire to Kentucky. We just bought a plot of land about like 27 acres. We wanted to try to move from New Hampshire and come down here to try to start more of a homestead type deal. We want to do things like raise chickens, maybe raise some livestock for meat, be able to start our own garden, things like that. Things like that weren't really accessible in the area that I was living without being a millionaire, and we just couldn't feasibly buy any substantial amount of property in New Hampshire. But we'd really like it if you guys joined us in our journey. This is what it looked like before we got everything cleared. I have to admit, I was a bit nervous. I didn't really get to see much of the property. Laura was actually the one that came down and explored everything. I just took it all on a whim. She said we looked good, so we made the jump and moved on down. But I was quite nervous for a while. But once we got it cleared out, I was way more optimistic. There's probably about 4 acres of cleared land. There's so many blackberry bushes. We see deer all the time out here. I'm quite excited with what we're going to be able to do with it. We're thinking things like keeping chickens, keeping guinea fowl. We want to actually keep some guinea fowl to control the pests on the land. One of the biggest problems that we've run into so far is the amount of ticks. So one of our first things we did is we bought guinea fowl keets. Keets are just the baby chicks, like what we would call baby chickens. But they are interesting creatures. We are excited to see where we can go with them, though. We got 4 to start with. Unfortunately, one of them did pass. Same with the chickens. We got chickens a little bit after the guineas. We got 6, and then one of them passed. So that was really unfortunate. So we let the guineas grow to be about a month old in our bathroom. We actually had them in these black totes while they were babies, and we just had them growing over time. Eventually, the bathroom just started to smell too much like chicken poop, and we had to move them outside. We ended up getting this like prefabricated chicken coop from Tractor Supply Company. It's working great so far, but we've got 9 birds, and it really only accommodates 6. So one of our next projects is going to be creating a bigger chicken coop. Now that the land's cleared, we have some space, we can actually move forward with that. So we're pretty excited about that. But we've been trying to look for plans all over the internet, and we're really just trying to figure out which one's going to be the best one for us at this point. So yeah, there are a lot of more things that we want to go through with. The guineas and the chickens are just a start. We're hoping, we can collect eggs from them. I don't think we're going to use these as meat birds. But the guineas and chickens should help with the pests. And hey, if they give us eggs, that'd be great. One of the other things that we're really hoping to move forward with at some point is, we got to learn way more about it, but we did clear out a good section of land off to the side, and we're thinking we might be able to put some goats there, maybe goats for meat. We don't have enough free time to do dairy goats at the moment, but maybe someday that would be really neat. And then, other things, we want to start working on a garden, being able to grow our own food, can it, dehydrate it, maybe get a freeze dryer at some point. And then along with all of the back property, we've got woods upon woods. So we really want to start working towards hunting when the season comes. I got to go get my Kentucky license, so that'll be interesting. And we're going to start with deer. We haven't seen many turkey, but we have seen one turkey on the property. But there's deer everywhere. Laura, she's always talking about when she goes to work early in the morning, it's like she's a Disney princess with all the animals she's seeing. She's always updating me how many turkeys and chickens and baby bunnies and every other any other little creature that you can imagine. She's just so excited about it. Sorry about that. I had to stop the show for a second here. My dog Colby, he's got a really high prey drive, which is actually something we're really worried about when it comes to the birds, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But yeah, he was just bolting off into the woods and barking, and we actually had a deer come up onto the up on the road the other day, and the dog, he just wanted to go be feral and chase after the thing. So that's something we're worried about too. We don't want him running off after animals. A couple other things that we did that was pretty necessary is I actually ended up selling my previous car. I had a Mazda 6, but I could not get it up and out of this granite or this gravel driveway that we have. So I ended up switching it out. I got a pretty good amount of money off of it, and we got me an F-150 to start taking care of some farm stuff. It's actually been really helpful so far. That's how we were able to pick up the chicken coop, and we've been able to make some dump runs. So we really needed a truck to move forward with things. Laura has a Forester, but we really needed something with a bed. So while it stinks having to trade my old car and pick up a vehicle payment, it is going to be worth it in the long run. Another thing that we ended up getting was the lawnmower. So we actually got a John Deere S180. It's been good enough for now. One of the biggest problems I've seen with it is we have a lot of really bad sloped land, and this thing is just not steady on that land. Yeah, it's really not steady on some of this uneven terrain. So what we're really hoping is maybe, since we really can't get over here without a bush hog, maybe this would be a good spot for us to get the goats placed up here. I think the goats might be helpful in maintaining all those weeds and saplings. That way I don't have to worry about driving around up there and tipping over the John Deere. But, someday once we have some big kid money, maybe we'll get a tractor that's not going to flip on us. But until then, we'll keep working on it. But yeah, thank you for joining me. I'm really excited to see where we can go with this. This is just really an introductory video to, the basics of where we're at right now. And yeah, thank you guys for joining me at the moment. I just really wanted to go over where we're at right now and what we're looking forward to. And I really would just like, people to leave some comments about maybe any tips that you all may have, especially once we start getting some animals on this property. When we start running into the inevitable issues, it'll be great to hear from others and what they do and how they've been successful in taking care of these things in the past. But yeah, until the next video, nice to see you.